Unit 5, Linear versus Exponential. Explain Everything at Project by Cierra and Liam. Linear growth with Cierra. My equation is Jennifer is raising money for her school fundraiser. Jennifer's father has decided that on the first day he will give her $10, $20 the next day, and $30 the third day. Her father will continue to do this for 10 days. This table shows that each day she is getting $10 more from her father. And so on the 10th day, she's getting $100. But she's starting out with $0 on the 0th day because she did not have any money then. The now next equation for this problem is now plus 10 equals next with the start value that equals 0. This graph shows how how much money she raises, goes in a linear line. So this shows that it is in a linear equation. You have the days for the x value and the money for the y value. And the explicit equation for this would be y equals 10x. And you do not have a plus anything or minus anything because she gets 0 money in 0 days. The first question is, if Jennifer's father kept giving her money, how much money will her father be donating on the 17th day? You can find this by using the equation that we showed in the slide up before. Y equals 10x. The 17th day would be the x value, so you do 10 times 17 as your x value equals y. And 10 times 17, if you go on your calculator, equals 170. So on the 17th day, Jennifer's father would have given her $170. The second question is, on what day will Jennifer have raised $300? You can do this by putting 300 in the y value instead of the x. So it's 300 equals 10x, and then you just do 300 divided by 10, and that will give you 3 equals x. And so the answer would be in 30 days. Exponential growth with Cierra. Chloe is raising money for her school fundraiser. Her mother gives her $2 before the fundraiser. She will then donate $6 the second day, $18 the third day, and so on for 5 more days. It shows that she starts with 0 before because her mother is giving her $2 beforehand, and she keeps increasing by 3 until on the 5th day she gets $486 raised. Our next equation for this problem is now times 3 equals next with a start of 2. You can tell that this equation this problem is exponential because the line is curved and does not go in a straight line. It just keeps curving and growing up quite rapidly. And the explicit equation for this is y equals 2 times 3 to the x power. The first question is, if Jennifer's mom kept this up, how much money would she have donated on the 10th day? You can find this by using the explicit equation that you used. Y equals 2 times 3 to the x. Replace the 10 with x and you get y equals 2 times 3 to the 10th power. So if you put that into your calculator, you will get y is equal to 118. So, big number. So that would be how much money her mother has donated on the 10th day. $1,998. So, and then for what day her mother she'd have raised $354,294. You just put that number in for the Y, and then you have to find the X by, or you can put the equation into your calculator and do 2 times 3 to the X power and then go into your table until you find that, and that would be 11 days. On the 11th day, she would have raised that.
Linear decay. Tommy owns a very popular cupcake stand. He starts off the day with 800 cupcakes and sells cupcakes at a constant rate for 10 hours every day. And he sells cupcakes, 60 cupcakes an hour. So here's the table. Starts off the day with 800, and then you see the amount of cupcakes gradually declining, but at a constant rate. So after an hour, it's 740, 680, 620, 560, and 500. So here's the now next equation. So you can see next equals now minus 60, and the start is 800, as I showed in the table. So here we have the graph and the explicit equation. So here's the graph, and as you can see, it's for the most part straight. Obviously, it's not going to be completely straight because I drew it, but yeah, it's linear decay. And then here's the explicit equation: y equals negative 60x plus 800. Now we're on the questions. So the first question is, how many cupcakes will be left after 2.5 hours? To solve this, you have to plug in the explicit equation, plug the 2.5 hours into the explicit equation. So you have y equals negative 60 times 2.5 plus 800. So when you plug that in, you get 650. So 650 cupcakes would be left after 2.5 hours. Question 2. After how many hours will Tommy have 290 cupcakes? So to do this, you just have to plug some numbers into the explicit equation. So 290 equals negative 60x plus 800, and so you subtract 800 from each side. 290 minus 800 is negative 510. So then you divide negative 510 by negative 60, and you get 8.5. So it would take 8.5 hours for Tommy to leave left with 290 cupcakes. So now we're doing exponential decay instead of linear decay. Exponential decay. So here we have the problem. A construction company buys an excavator for $640,000. Its value depreciates by 20% every year. So here you have the table.
Right here, there's already 5 drips in the bucket.
So 0, 640,000, and then it depreciates increasingly every single time. So here we have the now next recursive rule. It is next equals now times 4/5, and then the start is 640,000. So here we have the explicit equation and the graph for this. There is a curve here. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, it's a curve. And then the explicit equation is y equals 640,000 times 4/5 to the x. So here are the questions. How long before the excavator is worse than $100,000? You plug in 100,000 to the y, and then x
Back to the beginning. Now change it.
to the power of x, and you end up getting between 8 and 9 years.
Is 0.5 times 2 to the x.
Now the second question, how much will the excavator be in 20 years? You plug in 100,000, or nope. Mess that up.
Have
Second here,
the 2 questions and then your 2 questions.
you
That's
plug,
it.
you have y equals
Question for you for the A
640,000
column is how many points would be taken off from each teacher if you turned it in 7 days late?
times so then you just do times 4/5 to the 20th power, and you get 7,378.
We finished,
Emily.
Our project is done.